Three, two, one, and action. What is up, Travels with Buddy Nation on the Travels with Buddy Station? Today is Sunday, March the 5th, and it's a nice sunny day outside today. It's a little cold, but at least it's sunny. The sun's out and it's dry. Yesterday we got a little bit of rain and snow mixture. It was only about an inch deep, but it was a heavy snow because it was mixed with rain. And so today looks like it's much better outdoors. So we'll be definitely going for a walk, and Buddy will be excited about that. But for today's exercise, we're going to do some Kundalini yoga exercises. I'm going to introduce a couple of new exercises that we haven't done in the previous videos, right, Bud? But I'm also mixing those exercises in with a few that we did do in the previous videos. But I won't spend too much time demonstrating the ones that I've already demonstrated. I might spend a few seconds doing them just so you get the idea of what exercises they are and doing them in this particular routine. And before we begin, I'm going to put Bud in the other room so I don't whack him with my hands or my feet. But he looks pretty comfortable right here. So, Bud, I'm going to have to put you on the couch. And I'm going to demonstrate some Kundalini yoga exercises to your fans. But I always want to make sure I get Bud in the video, because I know his fans want to see him too. And make sure before you start doing these exercises, if you have a towel you can sit on, it makes it much more comfortable to do the exercises. And Bud, as you can see, you can do some Kundalini yoga exercises too. And he can sit on the yoga mat and do those exercises, huh, Bud? Yeah. All right. Well, without further ado, I'll put Bud in the other room. And I will demonstrate those exercises. Or maybe Bud can demonstrate some Kundalini yoga exercises. I got Bud on the yoga mat. He can do some, right, Bud? You do some yoga. He's a good dog. And today we'll go for a walk because it's nice and sunny out. And I'll take him for a nice little ride and a nice little walk, and he likes that. But for now, I'll put you in the other room, and I will demonstrate to your fans some Kundalini yoga exercises. Basically, all you need to do these is maybe a couple of towels you can to sit on, and that's about it. And just motivation. All right. You want to start by sitting with your legs crossed, and we'll start with the chant. Put your hands together next to your chest, elbows, forearms about parallel to the floor, chin about parallel to the floor, chest out. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth or nose. And the chant, we'll say the chant 3 times. Namu Guru Dev, Namu. I know my voice isn't sounding too good because I'm just getting over a cold. 2 more times. Namu Guru Dev, Namu. Namu Guru Dev, Namu. All right. And the first exercise we'll demonstrate, I'm not going to spend too much time explaining this exercise because I've done this one in a couple of previous videos. It's the Sufi grind. You basically, you just rock your upper body in circular motions, clockwise. You can start either clockwise or counterclockwise, and you want to do this for about 1 to 3 minutes. And this is a nice stretch for your upper body. It stretches you can feel it through your abdominals, your obliques, and even your internal organs and your muscles in your back, your lower back. You can feel them stretching. And you want to stretch, and you want to do this for about 1 to 3 minutes, and then stop, and then go counterclockwise, the opposite direction for another 1 to 3 minutes. Very simple exercise, very effective, and it really promotes relaxation. Okay, the first two exercises, as a matter of fact, are two that we've done before. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time explaining them. The second exercise in this routine is a twist. Basically, you're going to take your 4 fingers and put them on your shoulders and your thumbs behind your shoulders, and you're going to keep your elbows and your upper arms parallel to the floor, and basically you're going to twist to your left side and twist to your right side as far as you comfortably can. And you're going to inhale through your nose as you're moving left, exhale as you're moving right. And you'll do this for between 1 to 3 minutes. And I'm just going to demonstrate this for a few seconds because we've done this exercise in a few previous videos. And again, I know that wasn't a full minute, but you get the idea with how that exercise is. And it's a very good exercise. I felt like doing it longer because it feels so good to do that exercise. I can just feel the muscles in my obliques, in my spine, my lower back. I can feel a nice stretch. I can feel the energy just flow right through that area. But I don't want to spend too much time doing it because I don't want to bore the audience too much because I know I've demonstrated that exercise before. The next exercise I'll do is similar to the side twist. Basically, you're going to put your hands on your shoulders in the same fashion. You want your elbows and upper arms parallel to the floor. But this time, instead of twisting, you're going to bend side to side. And exhale as you're bending your body down as far as you comfortably can. Inhale, stop at 12 o'clock position. And then do the opposite side. Exhale as far as you comfortably can, up, stop, pause for a second at the 12 o'clock position, or maybe even less than a second, and come down. And you want to do this for about a minute. I can feel a nice release of energy in the side of my body. Alright, even if you're not that flexible like me, that exercise, believe it or not, even though I wasn't moving that far, my upper body, I felt like doing it for a couple more minutes because it felt so good in my lower back and my sides. I just felt a nice gentle stretch in that area. And I wasn't, as you noticed, I wasn't stretching that far, just far enough just to release that energy. Feels really good. The next exercise is also another one I haven't demonstrated before, but I demonstrated exercises that are similar to this. It's very good for the shoulders. This is another one you want to try to demonstrate for 1 to 3 minutes. Basically, you want to bring your arms out to the sides, and you want your palms facing up. That way, when you bring your hands over your head, you want your fingers to touch. And then you're going to bring your hands down, and you're going to inhale when you bring your hands up over your head, your fingers touching, and then down to about where your arms are about parallel to the floor, exhaling. And you want to do this for about a minute. If you can't do it for a full minute, you can just relax your arms to your side, and then once you feel like you've caught your breath or your muscles are rejuvenated, you can continue until you go up to about a minute. It's a really good exercise for aligning the shoulders. And you want to sit up straight. You want your chin to be parallel to the floor, chest out, stomach in. Put your arms out to your sides, your palms up, so that way they'll be facing each other when you raise them up over your head. Slightly bend your elbows as you're bringing your hands up. And do this for about 1 to 3 minutes. Inhale as you bring your arms up. Exhale as you're coming down. And at the last rep, you want to hold your hands up for about a second and then slowly lower them down. That was another exercise that felt really good. I felt a tremendous amount of energy flowing through my shoulders. And again, that was another exercise I felt like doing for longer than a minute, but I don't want to bore people that are watching this. But it's an exercise that feels really good, and you feel a tremendous energy when you're sitting in this position and you're doing the exercise. You can feel the oxygen flowing through your body as you're inhaling and exhaling. It's a very good exercise to do. The next exercise I'm going to do, basically we're going to change positions, and I'm going to turn my mat around. And this exercise, I'm going to try to get about 26 repetitions with. Basically you want to kneel on the mat, and you want to bring your, I'll demonstrate with my leg first. You want to bring your leg up till it's about parallel to the floor. But at the same time, you want to bring your arm up till your arm is about parallel to the floor, maybe even possibly slightly higher if you can. And you want to hold for about a second. And for this one, I like to do about, and then you're going to, and once you bring your arm down and your knee down, you do the opposite leg and arm. And I want to get about 26 repetitions on for each arm and each leg. But this for me, this is a new exercise, so I can't get 26 repetitions in one set. So I'm gonna do about 3 sets, and I'm gonna go for about 10 repetitions on my first set. So basically, you want to bring your arm out, hold about a second, bring it back down, then your other arm and other leg. Remember, you want to be about parallel to the floor. Hold it for a second, come back down. That's 1 full rep. This is 2 full reps. 3, 4, 16. Okay, I did 16. I'll do 10 more repetitions. Believe it or not, this exercise, it requires more balance than you might think. As you notice that last repetition, I kind of lost my balance a little bit. And I think that's because most of the muscles that you're working in this exercise are muscles you don't use very often. I think it's a part of your glute you're working, part of your hamstring, part of the muscles in your lower back, and even muscles in your shoulder and your lat muscles you're getting a nice stretch. And it's a good workout. As you can tell, I'm breathing kind of heavy. It's more intense than it looks, and it requires more balance than you might think. So I got 16 reps, so I'm gonna go for 10 more, because I wanna get at least 26 repetitions. So again, want to be on start on your hands and knees. I'll start with my right arm, my right leg. You want to bring your arm and your leg up to about parallel to the floor. And hold for about a second. All right, so I got 26. Very good exercise. And it requires more strength in agility than you might think. And it's also a compound exercise. You're working a lot of muscles at once during that exercise. So you can feel your heart rate increase. And so an exercise like that, I probably do about 3 sets of 26 reps per set. And then the final exercise I'm going to demonstrate is called the frog pose in Kundalini yoga. Basically, you want to start, in this exercise I'll demonstrate, and this is another one of those exercises that you want to get about 26 reps with. You want to start with your heels pointing towards each other and your toes pointing outwards. And you want to start with your hands on the floor. And basically you stand up and you want to focus on your knees as you're getting up, and that's 1 rep. And the key is, if you can do this exercise and stand up and keep your hands on the floor while you're standing up, like this is rep number 2. I'm not that flexible, I'm not able to do that. So this is a variation of the frog pose, because I'm not able to keep my hands on the floor as I stand up, and a lot of people aren't either. But you can still do this exercise. It can still be very effective, and you can still work and stretch the muscles that this exercise works and stretches to a degree that you're flexible. This is 3. 4, focus on your knees. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Feel a nice stretch in my back, and I'm working my legs pretty good. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Actually, I'm going to stand over here. I'm going to do 10 more reps. That way they're a slightly different angle. That way you might have a better view of the exercise. Remember, you want to stand with your heels pointing towards each other and your toes pointing away from each other. You want to squat down with your hands touching the floor, and then you want to come up. And if you're able to, as you're coming up, inhale as you're coming up. But if you can keep your hands on the floor and straighten your legs at the same time, that's basically how you're really supposed to do this exercise. But if you're not that flexible, just bring your hands up. Here's 2. I know it's just by doing this exercise a few times, I'm becoming more flexible in my hamstrings and my lower back. 3, 4. As you can see, I can keep my hands even closer to the floor than when I first started doing the exercise. What is that? 4, 5, 6, All right, that's another exercise that is more challenging than it looks. And it's a very good exercise I just started doing. It's called the frog pose. And to do 26 reps, like you do 26 reps in a set. If you can't do 26 reps all at once, try breaking the set up in sets of like 5, 10, 15, whatever you can do. And remember, when you're doing the exercise, you don't necessarily have to keep your hands on the floor if you're not that flexible. But as you continue doing this exercise, you might find that you'll become more and more flexible, and eventually you might be able to keep your hands on the floor while you're straightening your legs out. And you feel a great stretch in my back, my hamstrings, and it really works the quads very well. Remember, if you like these videos, make sure you subscribe to Travels with Buddy. Make sure you subscribe to Travels with Buddy. Remember to keep training, keep taking those walks, and have an awesome day. All right, everybody, peace out.